dog.
But I get what you mean. Episode 103, Your Mother Ate My Dog, the podcast. Frantic. Frantic, the film, this week. What are you doing?
Pardon? I figured you'd say the words and I would act out the words you were saying.
Oh. Okay. What's going on? What's up? Hoorah.
Up. Nothing much going on. I saw I rewatched Beetlejuice recently in preparation for watching Beetlejuice,
Right.
which I might do this weekend. That's about it.
You saw Deadpool again?
I did see Deadpool again with Gregory at the IMAX. It was good. I liked it just as much, I would say. Well, maybe not quite as much, but I did like it.
Somebody by the name of Molly Whoppin, the Big Whopper, commented that they hate insects. So Molly Whoppin,
insects.
The Big Whopper hates insects.
Thank you for that input, the Big Whopper.
Molly Whoppin. Some people's children. Yeah, today is September the 11th. I wonder if this is our first ever September 11th podcast.
I would think so.
Something tells me it's not. We've been doing this a while. Your mother, be my dog. Maybe Molly can look it up as well if they wanted to. Because they're just spouting. You can't see what they're saying. So I have to tell you.
I might be able to. There's a chat thing here. Let me look. Chat.
Yeah, chat. Okay, September the 14th, we did Barbie. Wow, that was a year ago. And then September the 17th, we did Candyman. So no, first ever September 11th episode of the podcast. James Earl Jones died. How does that make you feel?
Maybe a little sad, I guess. I don't know. It's just a kind of a dude.
It's like if Morgan Freeman died.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, the voice of our generation.
I liked him in Field of Dreams.
Yeah, Kevin Costner. I wonder if he's ever in a Harrison Ford movie.
You're wondering if James Earl Jones was ever in a Harrison Ford movie? I assume that's a joke you're making?
Well, no, it wasn't a joke. I just said it, and then I realized, oh, yes, Star Wars. So, hey, this works out.
Perfect. Yes, he's in Star Wars movies. So is Harrison Ford. Fun fact.
It was like fate delivered his death to us on Harrison Ford Day.
Yes, maybe we are responsible for his death.
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not. He was quite old, 93 years old.
Yeah, didn't look a day over 83.
No, he was a good-looking 93-year-old, wasn't he?
Yeah. Certainly. In 24 hours, I will be driving to the airport for a ride on a plane to Prince Edward Island. Kind of scary, because I don't know if you're watching the news, but they're going to have a pilot strike. Air Canada is going to strike, probably, in the middle of our trip. We are taking Air Canada. So,
like, you mean in the middle of the flight? They're just going to parachute out of the plane and you're left to your own devices.
I hope not. Getting over is fine. It's the coming back that's... Who knows?
You might be stuck in Prince Edward Island. At least you'll be in a pretty place.
Yeah. So thank you for your prayers. We do have contingency plans in place.
You gotta take a boat back. Sail through the Arctic.
I'm not going to take a boat. It takes, if you drive a car 8 hours a day from PEI to Victoria, it'll take you 7 days.
Road
But
trip.
that's a road trip that I would love to do if I had more than 7 days to do it. But it costs $3,000 to rent a car in Charlottetown and then to drop it off in Victoria. So,
Bit of an expense.
We're supposed to come back on Friday, the 20th. But if our plane gets canceled or flight gets canceled, we won't be coming back until Tuesday at best, the 24th. So we will have a few extra days. Okay. Don't tell my work.
Okay.
Probably have to call in sick. Probably have to call in sick for 2 days.
Yeah.
Just fine.
I won't tell anyone. And there's no evidence of this conversation, so that's all well and good as well. Now, are you staying? I can't remember. Forgive me if you're staying with family there, or.
Yes, a mother in our family lives in Summerside, PEI.
Okay.
And we'll be staying there. She got a puppy recently, so that's exciting.
Puppy, that's going to be fun.
To stay with a puppy.
Puppies are fun when you don't own them. You can just kind of look at them, play with them.
Just hang out for a week to 11 days with this puppy.
Is there anything on your itinerary that you want to get done in Prince Edward Island?
Well, Megan's been to PEI a lot, so she knows kind of the places. They're not touristy places, so I'll just sit back and let them drive me places.
I admittedly don't know a ton about Prince Edward Island. It's a small place, I know that, but I think they got a lot of lighthouses. Is that kind of what they're running with over there? Lighthouses?
They do have some lighthouses. Yeah, a lot of beaches.
Maritime history.
Yeah, a lot of dairy bars.
Okay.
But we're going kind of a little after the peak season. So hard to know what'll be open touristy wise, but weather should be good. Should be pretty decent.
Yeah, when Mackenzie and I went up to the Yukon, we were like at the exact beginning, or actually a little bit before the season for going up there. So it was pretty quiet everywhere we went. Things had just started opening, so it kind of worked out nice. So maybe it'll be the same thing for you.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully. Or not, I don't know. Thanks for being a fan.
I hope you have a really nice time, and hopefully, are you hoping to get some relaxing done?
There should be a lot of relaxing, yeah.
That's great. You gonna bring a book?
Yeah, I'll bring a book. I've been reading for a while. The first Game of Thrones. It's a slow burn. Not much of a reader.
A lot of pages in that bad boy. Now, what is like an ideal sort of relaxing evening for you?
Put on a show, a trashy TV show. Is nice. Me and the cats, and there's no cats in here right now, but Megan and I will just relax, maybe make a fire, and just watch some TV.
Do you have a TV in your bedroom, like lie down and watch TV, or do you
just one TV household, which is probably for the best.
Yeah, we are also one TV, but I do feel like if we had one in the bedroom, we'd just be watching a lot more TV.
Yes, I agree. One, it's probably healthier.
Yeah, I think so.
We do need a new TV, in the market for a new television and a new bed. So Christmas is coming.
What's wrong with your TV?
It's old. I think it's definitely the same TV that we recorded Jeopardy on back in 2017.
Okay.
And before that, and it has a blue tint to it. It's like in the middle. It's kind of like a blue thing. We can't see it anymore, but people come over. Megan's sister was over last weekend. She's like, "Your TV's blue." Like, I don't see it.
Right. Well, pretty nice TVs are pretty cheap now, so
Yeah, Costco has some good sized cheap TVs.
yeah, I think it's time. You know what
Yeah.
else I think it's time for?
Sip of my tea.
Sip of your tea. What kind of tea you drinking there? I take you for a green tea, man.
No, it's like a cinnamon apple situation.
Cinnamon
Not,
apple tea.
not a green tea.
Okay. You go
What
for
time
it.
is it for?
Well, it's time to ask if you like chai tea.
No, too spicy.
Too spicy, but you're drinking cinnamon apple tea. Cinnamon's spice to that.
It's toned down.
Okay. Well, we can. Well, you know what? It's all starting to feel a little frantic, don't you think? Movie.
Yeah. So Harrison Ford did a movie in 1988. It's a French film, filmed in Paris. Is Roman Polanski French?
No.
There's like Polish.
Yeah, I think he's Polish.
So this whole French thing was weird. Yeah. What did you think?
What did I think? Well, I would say it had me in the first half.
I love the beginning.
Yeah. Like I was genuinely like super curious, like him finding out all the little like clues and taking him to different places, and it was like genuinely curious what was happening. But then when I found out like what did happen, and then kind of like the stakes, where there seemed to be kind of like a lack of stakes, sort of like no one really seemed that invested in what. Then it kind of lost it for me.
I think it hit a wall when he found the dead body and then met Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it kind of went downhill.
Which is a shame too, because I actually did kind of like the dynamic between him and Michelle. But there was such a lack of interesting plot going on around it that it made it sort of uninteresting, just in general.
Yeah, great beginning, and then nothing after. Then it got weird with the Kryton thing, and it's a whole different movie in the second half.
Yeah, it really is. Like it was, I was just remember thinking like this is like a genuine mystery. I'm genuinely curious what has gone on here. But yeah.
Yeah, when she left, she answered the phone call and I can't hear you, and then she left like, whoa.
Yeah, I think we got too many pieces of the puzzle like too early, and then it made the stakes for the last part not as high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Harrison Ford though, great acting. Thought he was.
Yes, he was.
Wonderful.
He was quite good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good acting all around. I mean, I liked the actress who played Michelle as well.
Yep. Did they seem a little too buddy-buddy, a little too touchy-touchy for a man and a woman you just met?
Perhaps a little bit. I mean, you could tell that I think what they were trying to go for was that Michelle was kind of like falling for him a little bit, but he seemed pretty dedicated to his wife. I mean, they when they were dancing in that last club, the one that like all the Arabs hang out at.
Don't be racist.
That's what they say in the movie. But yeah, they seem to be getting like a little. There was some sexual tension happening there for sure, but nothing.
Like a day.
Nothing came of it.
His wife was just missing. He was naked in her bed at one point, but
he was what? Sorry.
Naked.
Oh, he was naked in her bed. Yes, that is true. But there was like a scene where she like was changing her clothes, and he like closed the door so that he wouldn't see her. And I don't know. I feel like, yeah, it was interesting. I think it was an interesting dynamic though, like having this young woman helping this man find his wife, and yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Like this man's looking for his wife, but then here's this attractive woman that's helping him. But it didn't really play into that too much. But you could tell that was part of sort of the subplot that was going on a little bit. I did find myself wondering, like, is he gonna, in this time of like panic, is he gonna be unfaithful to his wife.
So his wife is dead. I guess so. Yeah. I love Paris as a setting. The streets. That was fun. I love seeing the old Pizza Hut.
The Pizza Hut behind them. Yeah.
He had like a Sensodyne at one point. I was like, whoa, dated.
Those are things I recognize. I did like that the fact that they were in Paris added a bit to like the confusion, and especially in the beginning, where he's like, "What's going on?" And like, okay, now I need to translate through some people who speak English and some people who don't, and I don't know, added like a layer of genuine. I could feel that being a problem for me if I lost somebody in a foreign country, and I'm like, okay, now I need to like find people who understand what I'm saying, and it like would add to the panic, and it genuinely did.
Yep. Thank goodness a lot of people spoke English.
It was a decent amount. Not everyone, but yeah, enough.
Have you ever been to Paris?
No. Never been to Paris. I've been to Iceland. That's the only European place I've been.
Paris is overrated. I'll just say it.
You've been there?
Yes. I was there for a few days. Overrated. Eiffel Tower. Ooh, big tower. Don't get robbed. Big pickpockety place.
Right. That's all there was to it. Eiffel Tower and pickpocket.
Yeah, it's just like kind of a dirty city. I mean, we saw it in the film.
Mm-hmm.
What else? It's not really a whole lot to talk about. It's a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, it is a little hard to talk. There was like no super standout moments, I guess. It was kind of just like there was solid acting. It was a solid film, I guess, overall, but like the second half was a little boring. And I wasn't super invested just because I think they struggled with, the plot was uninteresting at that point.
Yeah.
And
the doctor.
And the final conflict, like where they're giving over the electronic device and they're like, there's the shootout and stuff, just like didn't have a lot of meat on the bone, I guess. Kind of like, I don't know how to explain it.
Because then he threw it. She wanted to throw it in the water, in the river, but didn't. She got shot, dies. But then he just ends up throwing it in the river, and then the guy's like, "Why did you do that?"
Yeah, he's
like, I can't kill you. I guess I'll leave. Yeah,
it was a weekend.
Sandra, it's an interesting name. Her date of birth on the U.S. Ambassador form that he's filling out does not match what is shown on the close-up of her passport. Because they used the real actress's passport.
Oh.
Anyways. Harrison Ford thought that Frantic was a misleading title for the film, as the script didn't have a frantic pace. He suggested that Moderately Disturbed should be a more appropriate title, but Roman Polanski was not amused.
Right.
Apparently that was not the original ending. So they had to cut it and then make a new ending because it was too long.
I'd be curious to see another ending. It would have helped this one a lot. You know what also had the guy from Frasier in it?
Yes, I saw him. I'm like, that's the guy from Frasier. And then Megan was like, I've never watched that show. I'm like, Jesse will get it. I was surprised to see him. This is before Frasier.
Yeah. I saw him and immediately like, how do I know this guy? I definitely have seen him in something. And then I looked him up and I was like, okay, yeah, Frasier, obviously. The older gentleman. Is he Frasier's dad or something?
Yeah. Did you not watch Frasier?
I did. Like a little bit. I think I might have been.
Like, where's his dog?
Yeah, the The dog. I remember the dog. I think I was probably slightly too young when Frasier was on because it was definitely much more of like it's an adult show. I don't think kids would really get a ton out of Frasier. And so
I didn't find it funny. No.
Yeah. And they had a really good theme song.
Roman Polanski and the actress who played Michelle got married after the film.
Yes. And they are still married, I think.
Oh.
Even though he's like 91 and she's 60 or something.
Oh, that's weird.
It is weird. But Roman Polanski is, he's not a good dude at all. I kind of wonder about that because, I mean, his family was, his wife and others were killed by like some of the Manson family followers or whatever.
Right. Once upon a time in Hollywood.
And then like in the 70s, he was charged with like, having sex with a minor, basically. And yeah, but then he still had a career, which is puzzling. But I think it's a bit of a testament to Hollywood in general, I guess. I see a lot of that.
Still putting out movies.
I see that. Yeah. I see a lot of that on like Twitter of like, if people knew the things about some of the things actors have done and who they've supported and stuff, like there would be a lot of people canceled or whatever. But yeah, anyway.
The original ending had Harrison Ford's wife being a spy. She was a spy all along.
I did have that thought. Like, is she in on it? Or I mean, about halfway through, you realize that she probably isn't. But because there was there was sort of that uncertainty about whether his wife went willingly with that man in the hotel sort of lobby, or if it was forceful. And I think that was what kind of added to the, was she in on it or was she not, sort of thing.
Yeah, she should have been in on it. That would have been more interesting.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. When did you watch it?
When?
Yes.
Oh, this evening. I finished it probably like an hour and a half ago or so.
Oh, because you were like, I don't watch it on the same day anymore.
Yeah. I try not to because it makes for a long day, but my weekend was kind of full, so I didn't have time.
Well, what did you do?
Well, on Saturday, I biked with some friends from uptown up to Sydney.
Oh, yes, one of those. Do you go to Small Dogs?
Small Gods? Small Gods, yep. So we started at Small Gods, and then we're going to go to this place called Howl Brewing, which is over by the airport, but apparently that moved. We didn't realize. Oh. It's like in Esquimalt now. So then we biked to Category 12, and then we biked over to Mitchell's Farms, which has like there's like a food truck there that we remember. We did this the last year. They had really good French fries there, and they had like some beers, like not particularly great ones, but it's beer anyway. So we had some fries and a beer there as well, and then some of us cycled back to Ile Sauvage, which is kind of near my place, kind of near Fairway Gorge Paddling Club. It's where Pizzeria Prima Strada used to be. And we had one more beer there.
So you drank and drove?
Yep.
Yikes.
It was a long ride. It was like 65 kilometers or something.
Yeah. That, not to steal from your story, but I have done that as well. From downtown to Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
Small Gods, and then come back. It is a long trip, but I think it's probably something that a lot of people do. Like, it seems like a pretty common ride.
Yeah. Lochside Trail is really nice for it. And I think it was good too because Beer Fest was this past weekend. So I think a lot of people were at Beer Fest, so like the breweries themselves are pretty quiet, which was nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun.
Cool. So yeah, normally I'll start the episode by saying, "Oh, what's going on with you?" and you'll be like, "Oh, nothing." And then 25 minutes in, you'll be like, "Oh, this is my weekend was so busy, so much stuff I've been doing."
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so I think we're done with Frantic. Not a whole lot to talk about on that one. Just that it was an American Lady song, and then we watched it, and that was it. That was it. I will start with our acting score. Normally, I get you to do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
I thought acting was very strong. Harrison Ford, a great actor. He still is a great actor. Shrinking season 2 comes out in October. Shrinking season 1, very funny show. I suggest that you watch it. It's on Apple or wherever you watch your TV. Jason Segel is in it. Harrison Ford, Shrinking. Yeah, and I thought everybody did a great job. The dude from Delicatessen was in it for a second. Barely recognized him, but he was in it. I think he played an American. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Roman Polanski was a cab driver.
Yeah,
there were a few cab drivers. I didn't see him either, but he was in it. I'm going to give acting an 8 out of 10. ED8 Harrison was on fire.
Yes, Harrison Ford was quite good. He was very much, if you ever seen The Fugitive, it feels
we watched that together.
There you go. We watched that together. I feel like his character is like pretty similar to that character. I mean, they're both, their names are Richard, and and he's a doctor in both of them as well. So it's kind of like felt like he was the same dude. But I love The Fugitive, so yeah, I liked his performance quite a bit. And the lady who played Michelle, I thought she was good. Yeah, the acting overall was quite good. I would give it an 8 as well, I think.
Okay, well then, how do you feel about the ending?
Yeah, the ending I think was quite a letdown. Pretty boring, and at that point, I mean, it was a good like 45 minutes of me just kind of wanting them to get on with it, and losing interest in the plot, and all the suspense they had at the beginning was lost. And at that point, I was kind of over it, and it just had a pretty lackluster ending. It was not good. I would give it maybe like a 4 out of 10 or something. Like, it really did not help this movie at all. It hurt it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, after the wife is kidnapped, she comes back like pretty like a whimper. It's like she's back. The two dudes on the boat kind of like give her up very easily. And then Michelle just kind of like plays with them. She's like, I'm going to throw it. And then she gets shot, but it's not their fault. Yeah, no, it wasn't a good ending. Disappointing. Such a good start to the film. And then it Crytron. Done. I'll give it a 3.75.
Oh. That's very specific. Wow.
A little better than 3.5, but not as good as like him picking her up and the wife being like, Who's
this lady?
Why are we bringing her into the cab with us? How did you feel about the movie in total, from start to finish, out of 10 overall?
I definitely got to give it some points for having quite a compelling first half, for sure. And I did like the acting. I do like seeing Harrison Ford do his thing. That's for sure. And I like Chewie. Yeah, Star Wars. I also like the music was kind of good. And there was a bunch of Grace Jones songs in it. I like Grace Jones.
At least one, yeah.
I think there was like 3.
At least one.
Yeah. So I mean, and it wasn't a bad movie. To be clear, it was a solid movie. I would give it a 6 out of 10. I think.
So it's not as good as Silent Hill.
No, I like Silent Hill better.
But yeah, you get into the problem of comparing movies we've done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a very good start. Very good acting, very intriguing. It went a different way than I wanted it, and that's my fault. It felt like an 80s movie, but in a good way. Appreciated the nostalgia of seeing old French stuff, American French stuff. All those cigarettes. I'm going to give it a little bit better of a score. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. 6.5. I feel good about that.
Okay.
It's no Shadow of a Vampire.
No.
Okay. Frantic. I don't know what the Bare Naked Ladies were thinking, but it's fine.
Maybe they just needed to find a rhyme.
Yep, that's true. You don't have to tell me what movie that we're doing, because I don't know what we're doing. But if you want to, you can.
Well, I think I might be between two movies. So how about you pick me a letter of the alphabet, and that'll help me pick what movie we're picking.
Okay. 1 second. Let me just get a random alphabet generator. Well, yeah, there is. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see it spinning.
There's an ad.
It's an ad and F.
It's an F.
Okay.
It's an F.
Okay.
Does that help?
That helps. I picked a movie.
Okay.
Want me to tell you what it is?
Sure. We did just watch a movie called Frantic, so keep that in mind. But yeah, you can tell me if you want.
Okay. It's a 1998 Japanese film called Afterlife.
A 1998 Japanese film
Yes.
called Afterlife.
Yes. That is literally the only thing I know about it.
Afterlife, okay. And this acclaimed Japanese film. A group of people who have recently died find themselves in a limbo realm resembling a relatively mundane building. Counselors are on hand to help new arrivals pick one memory from their lives to bring with them into eternity. Once the memories are chosen, the staff makes a short film representing each one, and the films make up a collage of thoughtful, cinematic moments. This will not be on my plate. So
I very much doubt it. That's what we're picking, and I'll pick the other film that was a choice for the next time I get to pick.
Afterlife being 2 words.
Yes, it is.
1998.
I don't know where you're going to watch that bad boy.
Yeah.
It's on Criterion. I think maybe you can see some movies for free on Criterion. Maybe just go to their website.
Oh.
Maybe.
Just check YouTube. Yeah, so it won't be next week. It might be the week after.
Okay.
Well, it should be the week after, I think.
Unless you get held up and then...
Yeah. So we'll be in a communication. Okay, it's called Afterlife. Afterlife, 1998. Doesn't look like...
I look up Afterlife full movie on YouTube and I get some movie that has the lady from Christina Ricci in it, which is clearly not what we want.
I do see one It says Japanese movie Afterlife 1998. That's 2 hours long on YouTube. So it looks like it could be.
Okay.
Is this film 2 hours long?
I have no idea. You might have to send that to me because I do not see it.
Yeah, 2 hours long. I will share via.
Oh, here it is. Japanese movie Afterlife 1998. That one?
Yeah.
It was uploaded 19 hours ago.
That's insane.
What are the odds of that? Oh, it's quite high. Nice quality, too, it looks like. I might not have English subtitles.
Well, that could be an issue.
Yes, yeah, it doesn't look like it does. I'm definitely going to need some English subtitles. What was that movie you watched for the podcast that you didn't watch with subtitles and you just didn't know what was happening?
Tetsuo, the Iron Man.
Right.
Which is fun.
It was definitely more of a visual audio experience.
You didn't need to know what they were saying. 100%. Well, we're a little early today. So we'll just do a quick box office game via looking at each other.
Okay.
So I probably can't put this on. Can't really put this on the thing. It is 2010, June 25th, 2010.
Okay. June 25th, 2010. Year I graduated
19.
high school.
Happy birthday. We start with the 20th Century Fox. It's the 5th highest grossing film of the week and $63 million over 3 weeks. It's a thriller, action, adventure, comedy, crime film. Starring Liam Neeson.
I mean, probably a Taken movie, right?
I would assume it's a Taken movie, but which Taken movie? I think it's 2. I think it's Taken 2.
You want to say 2? I want to say 1, but let's go with 2.
Oh, it didn't. 1 second. Taken 2. Submit. It's not Taken 2. So you're telling me it's just Taken?
I think so.
It's not Taken. It's Taken 3? Well, okay, to be fair, Liam Neeson is in a lot of these kind of movies.
Is he really?
This is kind of the thing he does. But let's try Taken 3. Seems a little late for Taken 3. It's not Taken 3.
Who else is in it?
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper and Liam Neeson have been in a movie together?
Mm-hmm. Also Jessica Biel. The tagline is "There is no plan B."
I have no idea.
Jessica Biel, Bradley Cooper. It's not that movie with Robert De Niro where he takes a pill and is smart.
Limitless?
Yeah. Okay. Oh. I know what it is, but the plot. I'll read you the plot, and you tell me if you can find out.
Okay.
A man who loves when a plan comes together. Colonel Hannibal Smith leads a close unit team of elite operatives and Iraq war veterans. Framed for a crime they didn't commit, Smith and his men, Captain Howling Mad Murdoch, Sergeant Bosco B.A. Baracus, and Lieutenant Templeton Peck, break out and go rogue using their special talents to clear their names and find the perpetrator. It's the A-Team.
The A-Team. Never would have gotten there.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten there without the description.
Liam
Neeson. There you go.
Okay.
Next one is a Sony Pictures film, $135 million, 3 weeks. So a big film.
It's going to be like a damn X-Men movie.
It's an action adventure drama family film starring Jaden Smith.
Ooh.
Let me guess. Will Smith would be probably the second actor.
What's that shitty movie they did together?
Is it After Earth?
After Earth. I think that's it.
Oh, because what other film has he been in?
He was in the reboot of The Karate Kid.
It's not After Earth.
Well, who's the second person? If it's Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan.
Okay, then it's The Karate Kid.
Just called The Karate Kid? It's just called The Karate Kid.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, better. The next one's a 20th Century Fox film. First week, 27 million.
Okay.
It's an action comedy film starring Tom Cruise.
Action comedy starring Tom Cruise. From 2010. It didn't make like a crazy amount of money.
Cameron Diaz is the second actor. Okay, I can see the movie poster. But I can't. Every hitman deserves a second shot is the tagline.
Is it like a Jack Reacher movie or something? I don't know enough about Tom Cruise. I don't think it's a comedy. Jack Reacher. So.
No, it's not Jack Reacher. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
Next one is a Sony Pictures film, made $40 million in its first week. It's a comedy film. Your favorite, starring Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler comedy movie from 2010.
This is a Grown Ups.
That seems about the right. But I think I would have made more than that.
The second actor is Kevin James.
Probably Grown Ups then.
Or is it Grown Ups? It's probably not Grown Ups 2.
No, go for one.
It is Grown Ups.
Okay.
Good for us. And then the number one movie, 226 million in 2 weeks.
Okay, big movie.
So Walt Disney film.
Okay.
2010. Starring Tom Hanks.
Oh, 2010. So what is that
It's
like?
Gotta be the third one, I think.
Toy Story 3, huh?
Because Toy Story 4 came out decently recently. Decently recently enough.
Decently recently.
And like no other movie with Tom Hanks is gonna do those kind of numbers. It was Toy Story 3.
Okay. What are we in, like the 30th percentile or something? Or we're still one we haven't gotten?
Yeah, it's just gonna get worse. Peter Sarsgaard's the third actor. A fugitive couple goes on a glamorous and sometimes deadly adventure where nothing and no one, even themselves, are what they seem. Amid shifting alliances and unexpected betrayals, they race across the globe, with their survival ultimately hinging on a battle of truth versus trust.
No idea.
It's called Night and Day. Night spelled like with a K. We're in the 21st percentile.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
400.
We know movies, folks. That's why we have a podcast.
No toy is left behind.
How much did that movie ultimately make? Do you still have the screen up?
I don't, but I can just go back and then get the thing, and it made over $1 billion worldwide.
It's a lot of money.
It's no Inside Out.
That's why they keep making Toy Story movies. They're coming out with a fifth one.
Are they?
Yes.
Why? Yeah, 2026.
Because the third one made over $1 billion, and the fourth one was pretty similar to that too.
I don't think I saw the fourth one.
It's got Keanu Reeves in it. He's a Canadian stunt driver.
Right.
Or like a stunt.
Toy Story 4 did better than Toy Story 3. Over just a slight more than $1 billion. Yeah.
$1 billion, a lot of money.
Well, how much of that is to pay Tom Hanks?
Yeah, he's
Half.
a pretty big name. He was in The Burbs, don't you know?
Yep. And the other film we watched.
Cloud Atlas.
We watched another Tom Hanks movie on the podcast.
Did we?
Yeah, he had like a hat on. They
Oh,
they
the
lived
Lady
in, like, this
Killers.
old yeah. Okay.
Right.
Do you know who wrote the novel Mary Poppins?
No.
Do you think a banana tree's a herb or no?
Do I think a banana tree is a herb?
Yeah. Do you think a banana tree's a herb? Yes or no?
No.
True or false?
False.
It's true. It is a herb. P.L. Travers wrote Mary Poppins.
Okay. What's that have to do with a herb banana tree?
I'm just on Coffee News. Coffee News here in the trivia. Those are the only two that you might have been able to answer.
But hey, wait, you never know.
Okay, historic Bridgetown, a UNESCO heritage site, is located in what island nation? Historic Bridgetown. What island nation is that in?
That's super obvious. That's in freaking motherfucking Madagascar.
Barbados. A frog in the larval stage of development is called a what?
Tadpole.
Who was the first woman to be Prime Minister of India?
Don't know.
She's Gandhi.
I got Tadpole though, didn't I?
Indira Gandhi. Yes, you did get Tadpole.
Fuck you.
Pretty good. You are a Gemini. This week you may find an expanded optimism and that things easily go your way. How might you apply this energy to endeavors that align with your highest values? That's what you're going to say.
Thought invoking.
Well, we didn't really get to the people watching us today. But I will tell you that I don't know if you noticed, but on Spotify was a video episode.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that did pretty well. People watched that video.
Really?
I don't know how much, but people did.
I was wondering about that. I'm like, did he accidentally upload it twice? But
no, a cool thing about the fact that we're doing this video is that you can upload it right to Spotify, and it does its own video situation.
That's cool. I did not know you could watch video on Spotify. So
It's pretty new, but then it automatically also uploads a audio only one.
Oh, okay. That's convenient.
Okay, just adding to our numbers, I guess.
We'll hit it big time any day now.
Yes, I'll probably just keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Cool. Well, anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay. Then we'll just we'll call it a night. Thank you so much to Molly Wop in the Big Whopper. Molly Whoppin, the Big Whopper, for watching us for 3 seconds, leaving a comment, and then getting out of there.
Thank you very much for doing that.
There are a lot of insects in your house.
Watch out. They don't like them.
Do
Okay.
you just look at them? Do you
No.
just look over? And...
There's no one over there.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you in a few weeks. Enjoy your holiday.
Have a nice trip.
See you next fall.